Hello, this is Howard Collings and Sherry Collings. I'd like to say that we're pleased to be involved in this position of discussion leader of the gospel with you. As I said, I'm Howard Collings. I was born in Manti, Utah in 1941, and then my parents moved to Orem, where I was raised until our marriage in 1967. I've served in almost every church position except for patriarch and stake president, and have been exposed to many of the teaching systems in the church. As an occupation, I was a building contractor for our lives in order to raise the 7 children we have. One of my favorite church callings has been instructing in the gospel, and I choose to title it a discussion leader. We're really excited to study the history of the church, the early church, and the recorded revelations in the Doctrine and Covenants. Those histories of Joseph Smith's revelations were printed and actually were carried about in small pamphlets by the members of the church until it was later consolidated and published. We want, through this study effort and period of time, to become better acquainted with that period of time in the church and the process of receiving revelation for direction. We wish to be able to spur your interest and efforts to study on your own, since we won't be in a class setting for a long period of time. So that will involve a lot of personal study. We're grateful for this position and hope that we can serve to your benefit and also to our satisfaction. Thank you.
Hello, brothers and sisters of the Linden 25th branch. You know, we were just getting to know the residents at Spring Gardens, and then the pandemic came just over a year ago, or just less than a year ago. And we've really missed having our Sunday meetings with you. And we really certainly do hope that we'll be meeting again soon together in the next few months. We've lived here in Linden for about 25 years, and we've just loved being here. And now with the prospect of the Linden Temple coming, we're even happier to be here. I think that studying the Doctrine and Covenants this year will be really a wonderful challenge. If we have learned anything in this past year, it's that we are becoming more responsible for our own gospel learning. And Come Follow Me is a wonderful guide in doing just that. There's a bit of difference in this study course, though. You know, the Bible and the Book of Mormon are full of stories. The Doctrine and Covenants, however, are modern-day revelations, and there are stories, but we have to search a little bit to find them. And this year there are some wonderful resources for the stories or the history behind the revelations. One is this book, which has been published by the church, Saints. If you haven't already read it, you can get it in the book form, or you can get it through the Gospel Library app. And speaking of the Gospel Library app, there are many wonderful resources in here, which is on your phone or your iPad. One that I've just recently found is under Restoration and Church History, and the subtopic is Church History Topics, which is right here. But it's just chock full of all kinds of writings from A to Z of gospel topics and history, church history topics. So I hope you'll investigate that. There's a lot of resources to help us to really understand why certain revelations were given and the people who were involved, and it's just very, very interesting. The purpose of this book is given in section 1 of the D&C. To paraphrase, this is what it says: the gospel of our Savior is that the weak and simple things of the world may come forth and proclaim the fullness of the gospel to the ends of the earth, that every man may speak in the name of our God, that faith may increase in the earth, and that mine everlasting covenant might be established.